Hello, 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 and welcome to my latest training video entitled Train Your Mind, Train Your Body. And for those of you who follow me on social media, check out my posts, watch my videos. First of all, thank you. I truly appreciate that. I really do. But secondly, you've probably read or heard me, highlight this one particular topic, or at least one specific aspect of this topic. And that's, even though we call it physical fitness, and let's face it, that's what it is, training our bodies, it's so much more mental and emotional than it is physical. And for those of you who have struggled with your nutritional plan, your diet, or those of you who have struggled with your fitness routine, or all of the above, you know this as well as anyone. And let me tell you why. Let me paint you a picture. You're starting, you've decided you're going to start your fitness journey. You're going to start eating healthier. You're going to start working out in the gym, and you're going to be consistent about it this time. And you truly believe that. I'm not mocking that one bit. You truly believe that. I've been down that road myself. So you start doing what you need to do. You start eating healthier. You start watching your portion size. You start drinking more water. You start hitting the gym on a regular basis. And you do this, for a few weeks, maybe a month, maybe two. And then you start veering off course a little bit, then a little bit more, then a little bit more. And then all of a sudden you realize you're just not doing anything at all. You're right back where you started. And you're not quite sure why. The only thing you do know is that it happens over and over and over again. You're the proverbial hamster on the wheel. You're moving fast, but you're not getting anywhere. And the reason, the reason you're basically spinning your wheels, the reason why you're going back to where you started, just looping back around, is because you haven't addressed what's causing that to happen, the root of the problem. You may not know what it is. You may know what it is deep down, but don't know how to address it or don't want to address it. Because let's face it, a lot of times the obstacles in our way, to getting healthier, to getting more fit, is often something very, very personal and sometimes very painful, and you don't want to address it or you don't know how, but you have to be able to go back in time, I guess you can say, without having a time machine, of course. You have to be able to go back in time and address the root of the problem if you ever expect to move forward successfully, consistently, because that's the key. So you have to take the time to address the issue. Take me, for example. My issue was I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe in myself as, as a father, as a husband, as a working professional. I mean, it's called imposter syndrome, but it's basically when you look like you know what you're doing, you look like you have it all together, but deep down inside, you don't believe you do, and that leads you to make, not be as consistent with what you want to accomplish as you should. So until I addressed that, until I realized that if I wanted to be a better person as a whole in all those aspects, that I needed to take care of myself. I needed to be a better person, period. So you need to decide, you need to figure out what that problem is. And I know there's a lot of people, I ask that same question to a lot of people. What's the root of the problem? Oh, I just can't lose weight, or I just can't eat right. I can't stick to my diet. And I keep saying, that's not the problem. That's the end result. That's what the problem causes to happen. So you have to address the issue of, what's causing this to happen, and until you start, like an onion, the proverbial onion, start peeling back those layers, you're never going to truly understand why you're struggling, and you're never going to get out of that cycle. So really, really focus on what it is that's causing your problem. You'd be surprised to find out that it may not be what you necessarily think. So we always hear this word from trainers a lot. It's thrown around quite a bit. It's a one-word question: why? Why are you doing this? And I've come to the realization that, truly, it really doesn't matter. I mean, yes, it's motivation. I did it for myself. I did it to be a better person, a better family man, all that. And those are all great things. Don't get me wrong. But ultimately, that's not what's going to keep you moving. That's not what's going to keep you going. You have to decide within yourself, within your mind, within your heart, that this is what you want to do and stick with it. And understand, here is the biggest part about it. I like to throw the word why around in a little bit different way. Why as in, why does this happen? Or why does that happen? Why do I hit a plateau? Why do I, cheat on the weekends? Why do I allow one bad meal to snowball into more bad meals to the point where I just don't give a crap anymore and just completely quit? And I'm using those examples because those are examples, those hit home with me because that's what would happen to me on a very regular basis. So when you hear the word why, along with addressing why you're doing this, because that's important too, understand that along the way, you're going to have questions that pop up in your mind as to why this happens or why that happens. And understand that you may not always have the answer. You may not always have the right answer. But what you have to do is understand that you have one goal in mind. You want to get healthier. You want to get into better shape. You want to feel better about yourself. Let's face it. Again, pointing back to the more mentally emotional side of things. You want to like what you see in the mirror. You want to hear from people, hey, you're looking good. You lost some weight. Man, you're looking toned, you're looking buff. That's what you want to hear. We say we're not in it for the accolades and all that, but let's face it, it's nice to hear. When somebody tells me I do a good job, that's always great to hear. When somebody told me, hey, I really like that story you wrote last week, on whatever it was, that's always great to hear. And I tell people that, I don't need to hear that, but it's always nice to hear. We like to know that people, see what we're doing and appreciate what we're doing. Now that you've addressed what's the root of the problem, address the fact that there's going to be issues along the way that you have to just simply accept and move on from. Now you have to have that plan in place that's going to keep you on topic, that's going to keep you on track. And I always say, make plans, not excuses. Excuses are easy to make. We have them. I could give you any one of a number of them, that I used over the years, but I won't bore you with that because I'm sure you know exactly what they are. We've all used them. So you have to have a plan in place and understand that that plan's going to change. It's going to be, you need to tweak it. You need to alter it. You need to adjust it. You may need to scrap it and start over. And understand that that doesn't mean you failed. That doesn't mean that your plan didn't work. It just means that, maybe what you need from a physical fitness perspective or a nutritional perspective has changed a little bit as you go along. And the fact that, maybe your end goal has changed. When I started out, it was to lose weight like anybody else, to lose weight, to gain muscle, feel better about myself, all great goals. But the fact of the matter is, that's not what ended up happening. So much more happened along the way that I had no idea was going to happen. I'm still on my fitness journey to this day. Let's face it, I'll be on that for the rest of my life. We all are, if we're truly serious about it. And it's changed so much along the way. I didn't know I was going to own a business. I didn't know I was going to be a personal trainer. I had no idea. And even along the way, it's not something that it was one of those aha moments that just popped up one day and you're like, wow, this is possible. And I know we all feel that way. And that's what we want. We want to be able to discover things about ourselves that we didn't know were possible or even gave much consideration to. So understand that there's going to be twists and turns along the way. There's going to be obstacles along the way, and how you address them mentally and emotionally is going to be a big part of whether you're successful or not, because it's so much easier to reach that obstacle and turn the other way, to make an excuse why you can't get past it and decide that's the end of the road. We've done it we've all done it. There's no shame in that, really, except what we feel within ourselves, to be quite honest with you. I mean, deep down inside, I was ashamed of myself all those times I quit. I wouldn't deal with it. I would choose to ignore it, put it behind, or think I'm putting it behind me. But I was deep down inside ashamed of myself every time I quit. And I'm sure that all of you who have been down that same road understand how that feels. So keep plowing through, keep pushing through. Each day, you strive to be a little bit better, 1% better than you were the day before. But guess what? If you take a step back, if you're maybe 1% less better, I don't know if that's quite proper English, I don't know, but if you're even 1% less better, does that mean you failed? If you take a step back, no, it doesn't mean you failed. It means it's just an opportunity to reset and take 2 steps forward. Again, it's how you think things, how you think things through. So, because let's face it, we have that end goal. We know what we want to accomplish at the end of the journey. But like I said before, the journey never ends. So even if you reach your goal, and I hope you have, and I hope you do, there's still more. So again, the goals are the end result, but they're not the be all and end all. The journey is what's most important, because like I said earlier, you're gonna learn a lot about yourself. You're gonna discover that there's more to this than you ever imagined. And you have to allow yourself here and here to accept that, to address that, to learn from it. Because that's what's going to allow you to keep moving forward. This is a lifestyle we're talking about, and not just eating healthy and not just hitting the gym 5 days a week. Yes, that becomes part of your daily routine, just like breathing, just like waking up in the morning, going to work, spending time with your family. It becomes a part of your daily routine, and that's great. I don't know if I can imagine now a life without physical fitness. Even if I wasn't in the career that I'm in, I don't know if I could ever fathom the concept of not having some semblance of physical fitness in my daily life. But it's so much more than that. It's a path to discovery. Let's face it, to discover more about yourself that you may not have known otherwise. But if you don't take the opportunity and the time at the very beginning to grasp why you struggle, grasp why you're choosing to do this in the first place, and why you've chosen now. What makes now different than 6 months ago or a year ago or 5 years ago? It took me 2 decades to get to that point. So why did it take me 2 decades? Because I refused to accept responsibility for my own actions, my own shortcomings, address them, learn from them, and move forward. I've said it before, that's my only regret on this journey that I've been on, is that I didn't start it sooner. Well, that I didn't start it the right way sooner, I should say. So no matter how long it's taken, it took me 2 decades. That's a long time. So no matter how long you've been struggling with this, understand it's never too late. I'm a month away from turning 50. So I started this very late in life. It was late 30s when I started my physical fitness journey. It was, 3 years ago, 4 years ago when I started the journey to where I'm at now in my career and in my life. So it's never too late. I say that all the time, and I'm a living embodiment of it. It's never too late, to come to grips with your physical fitness by training your mind and your heart to grab hold of it and go for it. So I hope this has helped you a ton. an absolute ton. I really do. Even if it's helped you a little, I'll be very happy. That's why I do what I do, because I enjoy helping people. I had many people help me along the way, and I'm forever grateful for that. So this is my way of paying it forward. So I hope you guys take something away from this. If you ever need any help, you know how to reach me. Hit me up on Facebook, Victor Fernandez 123 on Facebook. I know it's a great title, isn't it? Great name. For my free Facebook group, Healthy Bodies, Healthy Families, which talks a lot about, we discuss a lot about what I'm discussing in this video today. Instagram, Fernandez Fit LLC. What else am I missing? My website, fernandezfit.com. I'm getting so many that I'm forgetting to commit them all to memory here. And like I said, if you're ready, I'm gonna put this out there for you. If you're ready today, finally, to move forward on your fitness journey and do things the right way and get the results you want, that not just now, but are going to last you a lifetime, reach out to me. You have my social media accounts. Check out fernandezfit.com. You can request to set up a one-on-one call with me, free, no obligation there, just so we can sit down and we can talk together about what the first 30 days of your lifetime fitness journey, the first 30 days are going to look like, paint a real clear picture for you, and maybe, just maybe, we can form a partnership and travel that path together. If you're interested, drop the word mindset in the comments below. That'll let me know that you're interested. I'll reach out to you as soon as humanly possible, and we'll get started. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great week coming up, and I'll talk to you soon. And once again, it's never too late. Take care.